Alright, yo, what's going on? Before I start this episode, I just want to say that I know in the episode I said that I was going to release this a lot later, but I just thought that this message was something that I had to get out ASAP, and I wanted to share it right now. So, it's coming out earlier than I anticipated, and I'm pushing the next episode back because I think it's just a message that everyone should hear. So let me know what you guys think. I'm really excited to hear the feedback. But let's jump into today's episode. Let's go, baby.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Hey Mark, the podcast where I, Mark, get to have open and authentic conversations about mental health, self-development, and pushing through these struggles, these adversities, and, the tough times in life that may be stigmatized, tough to talk about, or just don't get talked about on a daily basis. I want to start these conversations up to start to try and end the stigma, but as well, if you are suffering in silence, I want to do my best to try and get you out of that place and not just surviving, but thriving in your life and motivating the other people around you as well. And so, I hope everyone's having a good time. I am going to be filming this a little bit early as well. I think it's like August 3rd right now, but this won't be dropped until probably like the 16th because I actually have my next couple videos already planned out. But I wanted to film this one today because it's fresh on my mind and I really, really love this topic. Before I jump into that, I guess the only thing I could really say is if you've watched this show before, thank you so much for the support. I really, truly do appreciate it. There's been a lot of people that have been reaching out to me on Instagram recently. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you can go and check it out. If you're watching the video version of this, it'll be down here where my hand's just flying around. And if you're listening to the podcast version of this, then my Instagram will be in the description. It's Mark D. Henriksen. I've got a little bit of a weird spelling on my last name, so make sure you check that out. Go and follow me. You can see my day-to-day life as well. But like I said, I just wanted to film this episode because it's fresh on my mind. I'm kind of scatterbrained right now. I just got back from camping yesterday. It was Aiden's birthday. If you've seen the podcast before, he's my roommate. He's been on the show as well. If you haven't seen it, you'll probably be hearing from him pretty soon. That being said, we went camping. We had a great time. If you guys haven't been enjoying the summer, enjoying the sun, you better get it while you can. In Vancouver here, it is extremely hot. You can see I'm sweating like an absolute pig. It's like 30, 40 degrees outside in Celsius. If you're American, that's like close to 100 degrees. It's hot as fuck. But there's also the Olympics going on as well. I don't know if the Olympics are going to be going on at, I guess, like August 16th. I don't actually pay attention to the Olympics. I haven't been watching the Summer Olympics at all. Not because I don't really care. Well, no, I guess it is. I just don't really care about watching the Olympics. I watch sports here and there sometimes, but typically I'm not watching much other than podcasts. So if you're looking for a good podcast to listen to, then I can recommend The Plaid Jacket Philosopher. He's going to be coming up on my show pretty soon, actually. And you got to go check him out. If you've been a regular on my show here, then you'll notice that he's been on here a few times already. I love talking to Zach. He motivates me, makes me laugh. And, he's only a couple years older than me, and he's got a lot of the things in life figured out that I'm still trying to figure out. So I love picking his brain apart. That being said, let's jump into exactly what it is I wanted to speak about today, which I'm going to pull up right here really quick on my computer. And it's a story that I heard about actually on the radio as I was just driving home, but I had to go and actually look it up and read it as well. And I thought that this was a really interesting and useful thing to bring up and speak about because there's a lot of value that can be drawn out of this, a lot of motivation that can be drawn out of this, and I want you guys to be able to use a tool like this in the future. So if you can see this little, I'm trying not to get any of like the brand names and stuff in there, but if you can see this woman right here on the screen, her name is Penny Oleksiak, I think is how you pronounce it. I think I'm probably butchering that as well. But she's on the Canadian women's relay swimming team, I believe. Like I said, I don't know a ton about the Olympics, so please don't get mad at me, guys. But the reason I wanted to bring this up is because of the quote that she tweeted today. It was today, right? Yeah, it was today, this morning at 9 o'clock. And so what impressed me so much was not just the fact that, she is kind of up there in terms of decorated Olympians, and she's only 21 years old, which is amazing, and it's a great feat. But it shows the type of mindset that absolute champions have, because there's going to be people in your life that don't support you all the time. There's going to be people that think that your ideas are crazy. I know, especially when I started my podcast, a lot of my friends and family members were kind of laughing at me like, yeah, everybody and their uncle has a fucking podcast right now. So this is something that directly applied to my life. But this was super interesting when I heard about it. I had to come home and look it up right away because it just made me laugh my ass off when I heard about it on the radio. And so what she tweeted today, she won, I believe, bronze medal in the Olympics today. And so what she tweets today is, I just Googled Canada's most decorated Olympian and my name came up. I want to thank that teacher in high school that told me to stop swimming and to focus on school because swimming wouldn't get me anywhere. This is what dreams are made of. Wow. Like, what the fuck, man? Can you imagine being that teacher now? That teacher probably doesn't even remember, or maybe they do, I guess. Yeah, that's their claim to fame is, hey, I taught this Olympian. But can you imagine being that teacher? And of course, like, when you're that teacher and you're giving that advice, your main concern is, I want this person to kind of not get their dreams too big. I want them to be able to set goals that are realistic and set standards for themselves that are achievable. But what this teacher didn't understand is, when you're telling somebody to keep their dreams quote unquote achievable or not to think too big, you're honestly probably doing them the biggest disservice you possibly can. It's literally crushing their dreams for the most part. Because I think a lot of people would have responded pretty negatively to this. And, even myself, when I was in school, if I had a teacher that said this to me, and I mean, I've had teachers that have said similar things to me in the past, I could see how this would kind of crush someone's kind of mentality or their morale or their drive to want to actually achieve. Could you imagine if the people that you're looking to in terms of mentors and they're supposed to be teaching you, they're telling you that, what you're passionate about, what you love, and what you want to excel at in life is either not going to be something that you can succeed at, or B, not going to be something that you could make a living doing. And people like this, absolute champions, winners, the uncommon, these are the people that have the mindsets and the mentalities that kind of look at these types of people and say, the fuck, you can't tell me what to do. This is the type of woman that looks at her teacher when they say things like this and says, fuck you, you can't tell me what I can and can't succeed at. And furthermore, you can't tell me how I can make my living in the future. This is such an uncommon mindset, and it's a mindset that took me so long to develop as well. Because, when you, like I said, when you have someone that you're looking up to, or someone that's supposed to be instructing you or guiding you through life, and they're telling you to drop your dreams, to study things in school that, are going to let you go to college or university. And I'm sure she maybe does. I don't know about her life at all. Like I said, I don't know anything about these Olympians, but I think it's just impressive that not only did she let that teacher motivate her, but she's gone back now and said, listen, motherfucker, you can't keep crushing kids' dreams like this. Because I'm sure if this teacher reads this tweet, she's going to feel, or he is going to feel like a fucking idiot. Because that's exactly what happens when you tell a winner or a champion that they can or cannot do something that they can see in their brains, in their eyes. They don't have this, when you have a vision like this, going to the Olympics or competing at an extremely high level or just making a living or succeeding at doing whatever you're dreaming of, when you have a vision like that, it just goes to show that sometimes your teachers, your friends, your family members aren't going to be able to see the same vision, and they're not always going to be the ones supporting you. So you have to kind of support yourself. And then once you fucking win, you go back and you show those motherfuckers that they can't keep crushing kids' dreams. And furthermore, you inspire the kids that are hearing no as an answer to keep fucking pushing until they hear a yes. And so I just wanted to bring this up because I'm sure that you guys, as well as myself, have heard shit like this before in the past where people are telling you, maybe you should kind of dream a little bit smaller or set your goals a little bit more achievable. And this is a perfect example of how you shouldn't fucking listen to those types of people, because anything is achievable if you just set your fucking, all of your troubles aside, all of your doubts aside. It's okay to be fearful, but just don't fucking doubt yourself, and understand that the only person that has to believe in yourself is you. The only person that has to have your back is you, because nobody else is going to see the same vision that you see. They're not going to see the same results that you can already manifest and see inside your head. And if you can't see those things and you are listening to those types of people right now, then you need to distance yourself the fuck away from them as fast as possible, because those people are going to crush your dreams, and you're going to sit back 15, 20, 25, 30 years later and think, fuck, why did I listen to that fucking idiot who didn't even know how to set their own goals properly, and they were miserable and depressed and anxious their whole lives as well. If you don't want to trade lives with someone, you probably shouldn't listen to their advice. And this person literally just proved that. So I hope you guys can take a positive, inspiring, and motivating message from this, just like I did. And if you did, thank you so much for listening to this or watching this, regardless of how you choose to consume this content. If that's all I got today, I just want to do a quick little rant. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Much love and peace out.